Leading up to this double duel weekend with Cornell and American, pretty much everything was the same, right? We are doing the same things each and every time out. We had last week some guys that wrestled in the F&M Invitational. We had some guys that were off and kind of a weekend at home, just based on individual situations where guys were at, just really trying to get ready for this final stretch of the season. So that preparation this week is really going to be pretty much the same, just getting in solid training opportunities, making sure our weight's good, and doing everything that we need to do to be healthy and go compete at the highest level in Ithaca. Getting ready for this trip to Ithaca. Everything's pretty normal, pretty typical week. It's a quick 3-hour drive just up the road, so we'll be hitting a bus. And our preparation, as far as logistics, Coach Jeff Breeze, our director of ops, he really does a fantastic job of getting everything organized for us and just making sure that we have, all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed. So based on travel schedules and timing of everything, we did decide this week to check out and head straight to Ithaca and get a workout up there at Cornell. I think just mixing up the environment, keeping things fresh is sometimes good for our guys. Seeing a little different environment, Cornell has a beautiful facility up there, and just getting a little something different was important for our travel and our training. Yeah, Thursday night, 24 hours out from our dual meet against Cornell, working out at the Friedman Wrestling Center. Again, that is my alma mater, place that, it's a little nostalgic going back there a little bit right now. I have not been back on the other side, kind of on the coaching side, since I left, right? So a little unique, a little bit of nerves and things like that. But, it's really exciting to be opened with, just open arms and just invited into the community. As far as our workout goes in general, 24 hours out, we are doing the same workout pretty much every time, right? We get in, we get a good hard drill, about 20, 25 minutes of drilling in. We'll wrestle a match, and then we kind of cut the guys loose to, really do things on their own, right? Get their weight off, take care of their bodies, just do what they need to do individually in order for preparation for that event. So that really kind of sets the bar for the next day when we're trying to get down to weight. And, tomorrow we'll be able to go into the facility again and, just kind of more on their own, right? Whatever individual guys need. And, then about 2-3 hours before weigh-ins, we'll head over again for one more last cut and just getting ready for final preparations with the dual meet. Heading into this duel, again, I mean, this is our fourth duel of the year, fourth top 20 team in the country that we're going to be seeing right out of the gate here. My message to the team is pretty simple, right? It's go and fight, compete hard, and let good things happen. Just worrying about scoring the next point. With the duel being in the Friedman Wrestling Center, it's a very unique environment. Only sits about 900 people, but you get 900 people in there and it feels like 9,000 sometimes. So we're excited for a very unique environment, a loud environment, and I think our guys are really looking forward to that challenge tonight. Exciting night here at Cornell. Obviously, kind of a homecoming for me, but also military appreciation night. Really appreciate them for honoring our veterans and our active duty service members. It's something that our guys are kind of accustomed to a little bit and a little unique to, just the Division I environment. So I think our guys always appreciate that respect. And, pre-match, they gave me a nice little warm welcome back to the arena, and, just hearing everybody clap and cheer, it really makes you feel like you're part of something, right? And I think that's really what this journey is for every one of our student athletes, our cadet athletes, and just letting them know that, hey, these are guys that have come before you. And, I'm happy to share kind of my experience with them this weekend. So we started the duel at 125 pounds. Charlie Farmer did a great job of getting us started on the right foot. Slow first period, not a lot of action, 0-0 first period. But as the match continued to go, Chuck does a great job of really wearing down his opponents. He's got strong underhook offense. He's constantly pushing the pressure, moving forward. Really was able to open the match up late and, get us going on the strong foot, right, that we needed to, and, score a bonus point for the team, which could have been impactful. And again, anytime that we can go out and wrestle for somebody more than ourselves and score bonus points, that just makes the team's job that much easier. 133 pounds, Ethan Bergen. We knew he was going to have a tough match. Both top 20 ranked competitors. We knew it was going to get sticky, right? And, unfortunately, we weren't able to score a takedown during the match. Went into overtime, double overtime. Sometimes, you have to win those matches just by being gritty. That stall call definitely impacted the match in overtime against us, and really impacted that ride out situation. So unfortunately, he got out about 9 seconds quicker than we did. Took a loss, but I think overall, Ethan wrestled really well during that match. I'm pretty proud of him, and I think sometimes we need those setbacks a little bit to be able to continue to move forward. 165 pounds, Gunnar Filipowicz did a nice job, found a way to win. I don't think it was by any means his best match out there. Gunnar has a very aggressive style. He can be a little wild at times, which most of the time, goes to his advantage. I think he, really tried attacking it as his number one go-to attack, a little too hard, too early often. I think the guy kind of got a feel for us, was able to slow us down a little bit. And that's the way some tough matches go sometimes, right? And he was able to kind of hold on late for the win, got a riding time point. When you're wrestling tough guys, I mean, you're going to have to win some of those tough matches. Sometimes they're not always going to be pretty, and Gunnar found a way to do so tonight, and we're pretty proud of him for that. Coming down the final stretch, we've always got a lot of faith in our big guys, and both Wolfgang and Brady really showed out tonight. Really impressed with both their performances. Starting with Wolfgang, tight match early, right? Like we expected in every situation. You're wrestling good guys; they're going to be tight, and I think Wolfie did a really good job of wearing on his guy, pressuring him, and you kind of saw in the one takedown him kind of take the kid's wind out of his sails in a sense, and from there, I think he just felt the momentum and continued to pressure forward. Wasn't able to get a major decision, got close, but those are the kind of those tough matches that we want to see out of our guys because, when you're wrestling the best, you're going to see more and more competition. You're going to see these guys multiple times throughout the year, and you want to be able to kind of make a statement in that first time you wrestle them just because we're going to see those guys again. Heading up to heavyweight, Brady, he wrestled, I think pretty much every one of Cornell's 100 or 285 pounders over the past 3 weeks, right? And I think when you see that much similarity within guys, I mean, they start to feel you a little bit. Brady did a good job staying patient, continuing to push the pace. Kid took one bad shot. We capitalized on it. Brady found a way to win. And, again, being able to kind of leave the arena tonight with 2 solid wins right at the end there, I think, we can feel pretty happy with our performance. Kind of post-match, taking everything in. Again, another match against a top 20 opponent. Came away with 4 wins, but just a little shy of coming up with that victory, right? I think we're right there as a team, right? And that's another message that I conveyed to the team afterwards is, hey, we wrestled tough. We stuck in there in most matches. We can compete with anybody in the country. And I think our guys really are starting to see where they're at as a team and as a program. And, that's where that brotherhood comes in with these guys, right? They're out there fighting for more than themselves. They can see each and every guy battling. Another unique thing, I mean, we're 3 hours up the road tonight, but just seeing all of their teammates, right? We probably had 20 cadets that weren't traveling with us this weekend that drove up on their own and just wanted to be there to support their brothers. That stuff is huge, right? And being able to have those guys here alongside with us when we compete, it's a brotherhood like no other. Here today, getting done with our American duel up at USMAPS, different environment. Well, we are home. It's kind of our home away from home in a sense, right? We're up at the prep school, unique environment, smaller gym, smaller arena. We have a lot of our wrestlers that came through the USMAPS program, right? So it's a little nostalgic for them getting back, and it's been a while since they've been back in this room training, in this arena competing, and overall, I think our guys they fought real hard, right? Americans got some tough guys. Getting through 49 and, we're down 11-0 as a team. I mean, what I liked was the resiliency. Even in those losses that we took early, guys were fighting, right? And I saw that in their pre-match warm-up, and I conveyed to them, I said, hey, what I just saw in our warm-up, we need to bring that out onto the competition mat. And I think our guys did a great job. And, Plebe Joe Antonio went out and just was the pit bull that he always is, right? He went out, he was aggressive, scored, I think, 4 takedowns in the first period, got the final takedown in the second period to get the technical fall. And that was really that jump start that our guys needed. And they really just kept that momentum going. Gunnar Filipowicz following it up with another technical fall, got some near fall right at the end, which was nice. Cooper Haas going out, scoring some early takedowns, getting a major decision. That was big, right? And then, coming down to our big guys, just seeing, Wolfgang, go out, just being a hammer on top. That's an area that I think he's undervalued, and sometimes he's pretty good on top. And to go see him get 3 near fall turns and get the technical fall, that was really big for him to just build his confidence up and just, remind him that, hey, when I need to not only just ride somebody, but turn somebody, I can do that. And then similar situation at heavyweight, Brady was unable to score a takedown. Their guy's big, he's stingy, he's tough to take down. And we got away in the second period, and third period, Brady was able to ride him out for the whole period to win. And, I want to see Brady be a little bit more aggressive, and, he's got great fakes, he's got great leg attacks, he covers distance well, he's quick. But sometimes you're going to have to win, kind of those boring matches. And he really did an awesome job tonight riding the guy, and just really proud of him. And, walking out of this arena tonight with, my first win as the Army West Point coach. And, I'm just really proud of these guys because they fought hard, all 10 weights. And I think this is going to give us some great momentum as we head into training and back on the mat. And, 1 week from now, we'll be back with Bucknell. So we're excited for that home duel and excited to see everybody here, get our fans back in Crystal Arena, and, just continue on with this upward momentum that we have going right now.